Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we are going to study about the living world. In living world, here only the topic is basic principles of life. Some basic principles living organism shows that we have to study. In introduction, the planet Earth is made up of abiotic and biotic components. Biotic are obviously the living beings present around us. Now, question is that why do we call them living and how they differ from the non-living one? This is the most important question. Now, what is the difference between living and non living things that we have to study in this chapter? By studying the different principles of the life. Some are abiotic, means soil, water, like these are the components, rivers, abiotic component. And biotic means what? Birds, insect, these are the biotic components. They are present around us. And non-living means sand, river, water. These are also called as the non-living ones. Now the difference is what? They are classified on the basis of some basic principles. These principles are in the principles metabolism, reproduction, irritability, like this. Now we will see the metabolism. The living being once produced has to survive, and for this survival it needs energy and many chemical molecules. For energy it has to perform the metabolism. Every living being, that means organism is once born, he needs energy for the survival throughout the life, and this energy he got from many chemical molecules. It has to perform metabolism. It is also called as the metabolism. The now we will see what is actually meaning of the metabolism. Some new substances are formed, compounds are formed, and some are broken down. So in simple way, metabolism is the breaking of molecules. It's called as catabolism, and making of new molecules is called as the anabolism. And in this way, by the catabolism and anabolism, the metabolism process is completed, which gives the energy for the living organism for its survival. Metabolism by formation of the new and breaking of the substances or the compound. Second is the growth and development. From the birth onwards, organism shows this tendency, and you might have observed sand mounds, boulders grow. This is not within, and hence these are not living beings. What it means? From the birth onwards, from the beginning, the organism shows the tendency of growth and development. But this growth is in a particular systems. It is not a process. It is in the particular system. And this growth, so called as the growth, is well orchestrated process. See in sand mounds, from the simple sand molecules come, they form the mounds, then it is formed, the boulders grow, their shape is changed. Number 3 is the aging process. Now this aging process is what? The growth and development are not the processes which have unlimited time span. From the growth and development throughout the life, it is continued. Some cells are newly formed and they are added. Then in that particular organ there is the development. like root, stem, some additional cells are developed and their height or the width is increased throughout the life. So at a certain time, a point of time, the molecules, organs, systems begins to lose their effective working and becomes old. This is the aging process of the body. Actual definition is what? The molecules or the organ systems begin to lose their effective working and they becomes old. For the after some time, some life throughout the lifespan, after certain time they loses their capacity, and for this life organism has to survive so they can produce a young one like itself. And so it is, this process is called as the reproduction. It is possible due to the reproduction. There are two types: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. There are two types. They can produce like themselves offsprings, and this ensures the continuity of the race. In the nature, they have to continue, but some exceptional moles, sterile worker bees, they do not reproduce yet are living. Though the moles, sterile worker bees do not reproduce, they are living. But can we call the reproduction is the inclusive characteristics of the life? No, because this, they can be living beings but they cannot reproduce the young ones like themselves. This is the property of the living organism. And the next is the losing metabolism. As the body loses its capacity to perform the metabolism, the organism dies. Throughout the lifespan, the body loses the capacity to perform the work, their activity and metabolism, so called as the aging. Then last is the response to the stimulus. Any living being responds to the thermal, chemical or biological changes in the surrounding. This is the unique property of living beings. If we give some response to some chemicals or the biological changes in the surrounding, then this sudden response given by the living organism is called as the irritability or sensitivity. Since the time of immemorial, variety of the organisms are living together on the earth. In order to understand interrelationship between living and non-living, as well as between the two living beings or the groups, the systematic study is essential. Now we have already studied the properties or the basic principles of the life, but we have to it is also essential to understand the interrelationship between them within living and non-living. So this data is also important for various industries and agricultural purposes. The systematic study means their classification, taxonomical nature, their arrangement is also useful for industries and agriculture. If we need to study this diversity, the certain aids called as taxonomical aids can be used. These includes herbaria, botanical gardens, museums and biodiversity parks, etc.